years, some of them would have already, they already have a virus of eating money, but don't be deceived by them. Government-sponsored students, the university has sent me to remind you to work with the Office of the Dean of Students to ensure you register in time. This will enable us to facilitate you to plan for your facilitation, living out allowances, whenever you pay for your hostel facilities and also pay for food, because the university does not provide food for government students, but they are private service providers. You have to go there and pay. So register in time with the Office of the Dean of Students. I'm sure the Dean of Students has talked about it. You will be working with the warden's and the Dean of Students to ensure you register in time so that we are able to facilitate you. Finally, and most important, the university has said that in a university, we treasure consultation. If there is anything that is not clear to you, please consult. Please consult. Consult your student leaders. Consult the Dean of Students' office on any matters pertaining to your welfare. Consult the Office of the University Bursar on any issues pertaining to the fees structure and any other payments therein. If you fail in all these levels, we will gladly welcome you to our office. Come and we will attend to you. You will find me there. By the way, when the students come to our office, we stop anything we are doing and we attend to you. We want to thank you so much for coming and for choosing Kyambogo University as your preferred destination for higher education, knowledge and skills for service. For God and my country.
Thank you so very much, Senior OB of Kyambogo University. Yes, it has been a presentation. I think now we can distinguish between the secondary secretary and the university secretary. There is a very big gap. We shall take about 2-3 questions before we move to the next presenter. Any questions? I'm also glad to inform you that the Office of the University Secretary has a portion of money that is used to the Students' Guild to carry out their activities. If you're a student leader, many of you that are going to become student leader, this office gives you over 600 million to carry out your activities. So these are very great people. I see people are surprised. Yes, that is the fact. Can we have about 2-3 questions? Please, if you don't get to know, it will be very bad. I want to appreciate you people that are here. We admitted over 10,000 students, but they are not all here. So you people, you are among the lucky people that are at least know some of the university affairs. You tell us your name and then the question. As we wait for questions, this gentleman is going to use 30 seconds to pass on some important information.
Thank you very much. My name is Rodrigo Mumure, and I am BMT student first year. Well, I've received communication from the central office for the HSPEM beneficiaries. I repeat, HSPEM beneficiaries, please, that's loans in. After during the lunch break, we can please meet outside for some simple communication. Thank you.
HSPEM is higher education, something financing board. deals with the students for loan scheme. So loan scheme students that applied, all admitted, all got. I saw the list is out. Students that are on that list, please kindly get in touch with him. It seems that there are no questions for the university secretary. Maybe the presentation was elaborate enough. Okay.
So, okay. You know, I'm also a teacher. Either my presentation was the worst, and so the children have said, oh, oh, the man has finished. So where can you find the office of the university secretary? Senate building, or main building, or administration building, second floor, office of the university secretary. We will be glad to receive you. It is your office. Please come and ask anything. Oh, somebody want? Okay, in case you need to ask anything related to university affairs, you can take my number. My number is 0775 300 972. That is my WhatsApp number. You can send any questions, I will be able to answer. 0775 300 972. Mr. Convener, has the university bursar finished to make? When? Okay. Any issues relating to the fees structure and penalties, the university bursar is going to be here at 2. Please prepare yourselves. You will be able to answer all these questions. I want to wish you well and to tell. Okay. Okay, I want to wish you well and to tell you I am excited. You are my OBs and OGs. I am excited. You're welcome to Kyambogo University.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mkoza, for that presentation. I believe it has been elaborate enough, and we shall produce so many Mr. Mkozas from this side who will join this side. Let us put our hands together to appreciate Mr. Mkoza for the session. Today, actually from day one, among the so many questions that students were asking, we are belonging to the docket of the academic registrar. Today we are lucky that we have our academic registrar with us, and all those questions are going to be answered. In the next session, we shall have a presentation from the academic registrar, but that session is going to be Madam Agnes Mugalo. Allow me to invite Madam Agnes Mugalo. Invite.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. You should be happy and excited for the next presenter because it's the reason why you are here. He is the major reason why you are here. And I told you most of the questions you have been asking us, we are supposed to be directed to the academic register. So very carefully, listen very carefully. And then at the end of the day, at the end of his speech, you ask questions. But we don't expect you to ask what he has already mentioned. So please listen very carefully. Those who don't have masks, please put them on. Please put on masks. Madam, where is your mask? Let us put on masks. Let us switch off our phones and listen to the academic registrar. Mr. Butamanya? Trust Department, what it does, and how it is composed and what they do, so that we will have that basic understanding. However, the rest of the team that work with academic registrar are coming. Mr. Utamanya, you are welcome to brief us on what you do and the various departments and academic registrar.
Good morning, freshers. Good morning, freshers. You are not yet used to the word freshers. Good morning, freshers. Speaking before you is Jerome Butamanya, Deputy Academic Registrar in charge of examinations and teaching. We are supposed to be a team here. My colleagues are not yet here. The academic registrar is not yet here, but we shall address you as a team. The department of the academic registrar at Kyambogo University is the largest department in the university, with more than 70 employees. So under the administrative departments, the academic registrar takes the first position in terms of numbers of staff. The academic registrar has a number of deputies. We have the deputy in charge of admissions. We have the deputy in charge of examinations and teaching. We have the deputy in charge of Senate. We have the deputy in charge of extensions and affiliated institutions, and we have the deputy in charge of the Directorate of the Graduate Studies. So those are 5. And therefore, when you are admitted, you go through the admissions and registration. You go into learning and examination, and later on into Senate, where your results are approved, and later on graduation takes place, and then academic documents are given out. So briefly, that is the composition of the entire Department of Academic Registrar. So allow me, without taking much of the time, because we are here up to midday, to invite the representative of the Academic Registrar, who is the Deputy Academic Registrar in charge of admissions, who will address you first. And the other deputies are coming. We shall talk to you as time goes on. So allow me introduce Madam Mary Sekasi, Mary Esther Sekasi, the acting academic registrar as of now, and she's in charge of admissions and registration. And you are here partly because of her efforts. Clap for her before she talks to you. Without her, sleepless nights and everything else, you wouldn't be here. For me in exams, I wouldn't have anything to say later. So thank her again. Madam Registrar, you are most welcome. Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. As introduced, Maria Esther Sekasi, the acting academic registrar for now. I'm one academic registrar for only hours. She's in a meeting, she's not able to come, so I've come to represent her. I am the deputy academic registrar in charge of admissions, and I've played a big role to have you here. And I am so happy when I see you in big numbers, because my efforts have yielded results. Thank you very much for choosing Kyambogo University. You are most welcome. As a person in charge of admissions, I also have something to tell you about my core activities as a deputy academic registrar in charge of admissions. I'm glad you've managed to pick your letters from your respective faculties. And I would request you to direct those who have not yet picked to go to their faculties and pick the letters. Some letters are not yet ready for some reasons. Like district quota, we receive the cleared lists in bits. Those which were received some time back, the letters are already printed and delivered at the faculties. There is a list I received yesterday, which I'm still working on, so I request those people on those lists to be a little more patient. By next week, the lists will be out, because really it is a process. For those who appealed, I don't know whether there is anybody who appealed who is among you. We are also working on those lists, and I think by mid next week, the lists will be out. For registration, registration is also under my docket. I would request you to collect all the result slips, certificates, as listed in your admission letters. You are not going to register without one or two of the documents listed in your admission letters. Normally, practically, some students say the letter says a transcript or a certificate, but it is both. You must have a result slip and a certificate, except for those who have just sat UCE or USCE. For USCE, it's okay because the certificates are not yet printed. But for those who did UCE in 2019 and below, you must have O-level certificates. Please go to your former schools and pick them. Otherwise, you will not have a good time with the faculty administrator who is going to register you. You must enroll before you go for verification of your documents. Please enroll, because it is only you who knows the course units that you are taking. We are preparing for change of program, change of study time, and change of subject combination, and change of study location. There are people who want to go to study in Soroti or Bushenyi, and there are people who want to shift from Bushenyi and Soroti to the main campus. The one thing that you should know is that you must be within the cutoff points of the program or the program at the center you want to change to. It is the same program, but different course codes, which we call alias, but the cutoff points are different. So if you are not within the cutoff points of the course at the main campus, you are not going to change. If you want to change from chemical engineering to civil engineering, which has around 44.2, and you have less than that, you will not be able to change. Do not go to a program you want to change to until you get permission. Otherwise, you'll end up missing exams, because you cannot do exams for a course you've not studied. We shall not allow you. So, please take note of all that I've told you. Otherwise, you'll be frustrated. If you have any problem regarding admissions, registration, enrollment, please don't hesitate to come to admissions office, Block 2, Room 3. I submit for now, and I invite questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Academic Registrar. I think some of our questions that we are submitting have been answered here. Not so? For those of you who wrote questions, if you can still remember those questions, we kept them. So on admissions, I think they have been answered. Those who are talking about changing courses from this one to the other, I think it has been talked about. So if you are still not contented, she has directed you to the block where they work from. That is behind the administration block. That is Block 2 in room 3. So if you are still not contented, you'll find her there, and so many other people who will attend to you to answer all those challenges. Do you have any mentors around? I can see people have their papers here. Can you collect them and bring them to us and see what is there? But those people who don't listen and they just wake up to ask what has been covered, please.
Thank you so much, Academic Registrar, for your communication for the entire department, first and foremost, and then for your admissions division. We shall answer questions after we have communicated. So those who have questions about admissions and registration, and put them down, and we shall answer them at the end. On the part of examinations and teaching, where I am the Deputy Academic Registrar in charge, one is that the moment you are received by Kyambogo University, you are not yet a Kyambogo University student until registration is done. You are not a Kyambogo University student until registration, your registration is done. So the university allows you to come in, start attending lectures, physical or online, to pay fees, and to register. The moment you are registered, you become a student of Kyambogo University. Now, when you attend lectures, you are supposed to do coursework or courseworks. You are supposed to do some tests. You are supposed to do some practicals depending on the department where you belong. And attending lectures accounts for your later on performance. So it is in our examination regulations that unless you have attended minimally 75% of the lectures, you are not allowed to sit for examinations for that respective semester. So get it from me, and from the very beginning, that you must attend lectures and attend regularly to the level of minimum 75%. And that is determined by your respective lecturer. So it is your lecturer, your course unit lecturer, who can tell the academic registrar that this student qualifies or does not qualify to sit for the examination. Now, when you do coursework, minimum coursework is 2. You are supposed to do at least 2 courseworks. Depending on the department, some departments give tests, some departments give coursework plus tests as well as practicals. So depending the department you belong to, you must try at the very beginning to find out what does your department want you to do in terms of coursework. For example, if you are in engineering, if you are in science-based departments, like in the Faculty of Science, you are supposed to do tests and you are supposed to do practicals. And this may be accounting for 15% of the coursework marks. Now, the total mark from coursework is 40 out of 100. So the two courseworks, plus the tests and practicals and all that, coursework mark is 40%, and the balance, 60%, you get it from the examination you do at the end of the semester. So don't wait for the final examination where you will get only 60% and you don't get the coursework marks. And without coursework marks, you don't qualify to sit the final examination. It is a regulation. Without coursework marks, you don't qualify to sit for the final examinations. In case you go ahead and sit such final examinations, we cancel such results. They don't leave the department. That's where they stop. That was number 1, about attending lectures and about making sure that you do courseworks, you do tests, you do practicals where applicable. Number 2, and very important, you are supposed to sit for the examinations only when you have fully paid and you have registered. Don't say I'm repeating it. It is for emphasis purposes. So in case a student sits for examinations and we check our system and we find the student didn't pay fully, didn't register, because you can't register unless you have paid free. So the moment you have not paid up, you can't register free. The moment you have not registered free, your results are cancelled. So don't attempt sitting examinations when you have not paid up, when you have not registered. And the deputy registrar in charge of admission and registration is here. I'm saying this because she submits the lists of those who have registered to my office for purposes of examinations. So make sure you pay in time, make sure you register before you sit examinations. In case you are unable to sit for the examinations, supposing you have not paid up, supposing you have issues with health, say ill health, or any other issue that stops you from sitting examinations, you may not be prepared to sit the papers. Don't go ahead and just sit. Write to the academic registrar and withdraw for this academic year. Write to the academic registrar and state why you cannot go ahead and sit exams. You will be exempted. You will be given a letter of withdrawal. It will be put on your file, personal file, and the next academic year you write back saying, I am now okay, I'm ready to come back. However, you can only withdraw when you are a fully registered student. So we cannot allow someone who is not yet a student to withdraw. You are withdrawing from what? So you must be a fully registered student, paid up student, fully registered,